Yep, yep, yep. Dun dun dun. Give us a minute here while we get set up. Hi, you're in, Carrie. Let's see. Click that button. Daniel, what's going on, buddy? You should just need to accept that invite there. What is that dot? Is that like... Oh, that's something on my screen. You're back. Okay, let's see. Add you.
There. Yay, there we go.
Perfect. How's it going?
Good, I've never ever pressed these buttons before, they're new. Uh,
Yeah, you can even give yourself some of those funky little filters too if you want.
what?
Yeah,
That
let's
looks
see here.
complicated.
I don't know about complicated, but
I got like hearts and thumbs up, and I got share, I got hello.
yeah, well, like there's like this, like we're flying through time, or the cool cat hat here.
What? How did you do that?
There's a little wand in the bottom left of your screen.
There is?
You, you click the wand.
Oh,
I don't know if you can as a guest,
oh
but
shit, don't leave broadcast. All my buttons are gone. All I can see is I see three of you now.
I know I'm clicking buttons. There's yeah, they got all sorts of cool stuff in here. It's fun making like little 15-second clips and just sending it to
Oh,
people.
yeah. That's cool. I don't even
Can't
have a
nothing.
button where I can type in anymore. It doesn't let, all I see is your whole screen and that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I don't think you can do it then as a guest.
Maybe not.
Tyler, what's going on, buddy? I shared this to a couple groups, so
Cool. How you been?
good. How about you? What's new? What's going on?
I've been, I'm so super busy. You'd be so proud. I have my whiteboard completely redone. I have seven priorities
Nice.
on the go and different stages of strategies for each section to have her all done in the next 90 days.
Nice. So
Yeah.
things are really moving
Yeah.
along for you then.
Well, I'm going into Vancouver for a Vancouver art show in October.
Yeah. Nice.
And I'm going to be at Heaven's Restaurant for 3 months with all my paintings. There's a bunch of them.
Nice.
And then I've set up a paint night already, and I'm almost fully booked for the 25th of August.
Sweet. Definitely can't go
And
wrong
I,
with that, hey?
and then I painted my 18-foot by 16-foot mural. I've had over 1,200 views
Holy.
in three.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and I am putting together a cool contest for photographers, models, fashion beings that would like to be part of creating a lookbook fashion shoot with me and find discover talent and put it that perspective and then offer a trade with their services for fun.
Sweet.
Yeah, and so I'm building something neato in Photoshop. I'm still figuring out how I want it to be positioned, but figuring that out right now.
I'm not good with that. Canva's a lot easier.
So yeah, I've been using Evernote and I've been leaving voicemails for myself of different ways I could market it and how I'd want to communicate the message and where I'd want to communicate the message to and where. So I
That's
got that
awesome.
going on. And I have an art night at the end of August.
Nice.
And I picked up
August is
three new
almost over already, hey? Wow.
I know, right? Well, I spent half of it painting.
Yeah. Yeah, you have.
Yeah, because I had to do a 4 days before that mock-up of what I was creating to be able to paint the painting in the first place. So that's 8 plus 4, so that's 12 days of painting straight.
Wow.
Yeah. So awesome. Turned out so beautiful. And
Yeah,
my
is that the
Instagram's
one
getting
on, that's the one on the side of your garage or whatever, the side of your house there?
was actually at Tribal Connections at their coffee shop.
Oh, okay.
Right, and then they have a 16, like 12 foot by 16-foot wall on one side and then a 7 foot by 16-foot wall on the other. And I painted all the way across and around the 90 degrees angle and made this thing that's look corrugated look flat.
That's awesome. It was
Yeah,
looking very good. I seen some of the videos and the photos that you had put up.
sweet. Well, if you ever go to Okotoks, check it out. It's really cool.
I don't make my way down there too much. A
No.
little small for me.
Yeah, well, it's a very beautiful, spiritual, heart-opening space of consciousness.
Awesome. I'll
Yeah.
have to make a trip down there one of these days.
Well, they make beautiful coffee and teas.
I would have to go for a water. Coffee kills me. I can't drink it anymore. Just
No
makes me
way.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh well, it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I gotta stop clicking buttons. Okay, we're good. What are your tips for creative? I'm probably one of the least creative people. I can write,
Really?
but that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your question?
That's just what are your tips? What do you find helps you like get in that zone and be creative
Breathing.
and just like get stuff done?
I would say breathing is the very first thing I would do. Like really have a focused breath and to allow
Yeah.
yourself to turn the mental plane off, turn the ego off. So therefore it's not
Hmm.
running my show anymore. And so therefore I can access that more creative plane of ideas of wonderment. And going into wonderment is what really helps the creative juices move in your body because it bypasses your ability to create something when you get to imagine it and it comes from a whole nother space of thinking and feeling.
Hmm. That's true. I could see that. Definitely.
Yeah. And if you're always in a state of, well, I wonder how I'm going to do this. I wonder how I'm going to create that. And it lets the universe connect with you and go, oh, she's wondering. How do we help her wonder? What can we help bring to her to help create what it is that she's wondering? Because I'm not trying to pigeonhole the universe on what it is I need. I'm just
Hmm.
wondering. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it
that's
makes
true.
manifesting easier.
Oh, Rail, what's going on, buddy? You got people popping in to say hi to you.
Yeah.
You see the comments?
No, I can't see anything. All I see is you.
Oh. Oh. I mean, you might need to swipe. You might need to do a swipe.
Oh, there it is. I see that. Oh, look. Oh, look at this. Oh, okay. Now I know how it's done. What's that funny? Cute. Ha. Okay, now I. Oh, isn't that fun? Okay, now I can see stuff. Oh, sweet. Ha.
That's awesome. I find for me, like
Yay.
for being creative, I just need to go do something. Like go for a walk. Tyler, what's going on,
Yeah.
buddy? Go for a walk, just do something to just kind of like get everything away.
Right. Also, using color is really helpful to create something. Do you know what I mean? Like if you
Yeah.
just, when you're in that state of wonderment of how you're going to create something, sometimes just getting, taking out some colors, some pencil crayons and just coloring absolutely whatever you're feeling without any kind of direction, just to allow your being kind of flow at the same time.
It's a good idea. We got uh
And
we
it
got
gets
Tyler
you
on.
a 4D space, which is a fourth dimensional consciousness, and gets you out of your 3D experience.
Hmm, interesting. I wonder if
Yeah.
that would help me for designing my funnel.
Absolutely, because you could choose the colors. Like if you just want to put yourself up, let's say 20 different pencil crayons, and just started layering colors together and putting things side by side, can you imagine what would be created out of your heart? Because you're allowing yourself to access your heart being rather than your mental plane with color. So it's easy transition, and your ego can't manipulate it.
That's true. That's probably the biggest hurdle with being creative is getting ourselves out of our heads. Then you just start thinking,
Right?
you start overthinking, and you just start picking everything apart that you're doing. It's like, ah.
Absolutely. Right? So then what you can do is you can put that part of your being on a holiday too. So let's say that part that needs to criticize or has to pick apart things, could be the ego, could be our false self compensator, our false core that kind of sometimes comes up when we're in a state of I don't know. Well, you can put that
Mhm.
part of you on a holiday. And put it where I like to put mine on a beach, and I like to give it, a really nice glass of wine and a book and some music and just let it chill. So that way I can just say, you know what, I honor this experience I have with you, but I'm going to put you on a holiday for about an hour. And I promise I will come back to you, no problem. But I got to access another part of me right now.
Mhm. That's a brilliant
And then,
idea. I found screaming helps lately.
pardon?
I found that screaming helps lately.
You know what? I have been doing a little bit of screaming myself lately of just like, rah! So yes, I understand.
Yeah.
Making
Yeah,
sound
and the
effects, that's another, you know.
oh yeah, that helps a lot. And in the in the one training that I'm in, there's this they call it the shift move, and it's a way to like just shift our consciousness like within seconds. And so like
Yeah,
you take 3 deep breaths, so you breathe in, hold, and then like just force it out of your mouth like real quick 3 times. And after
yeah,
each breath, you scream. And then when you're done that,
yeah.
you do like jumping jacks, burpees, or something just to get yourself moving, and that just like shuts everything off and just like you got like a totally new focus there. It's crazy how it works.
Right? Do you know what you could add to that as a part of your practice? Is after you've done your burpees and your jumping jacks and all of that stuff, sit down and breathe again slowly and feel into your body and see if there's any vibrations that aren't the same as the other vibrations in your body. To perhaps there's something also in your cellular body that might want to be released with the whole experience.
hmm I find it works really well for getting in tune before I meditate because I've been meditating every
Absolutely.
morning. So
And
it's just like,
shift. Yeah.
and then that helps with the creativity and stuff too. And like music has been helping too. I'll put on like shamanic drumming or something like that. Or actually, I found I was loving this when I was meditating. It broke my meditation, but I loved it. I like it was a meditation version of Fur Elise
Oh,
by
yeah?
Chris Tilton. I was like, oh, this is so cool. I like
Oh, I
found
love
like I ended up making like a whole little radio station out of like
Oh, I
stuff that
love
went
it.
with it.
That's awesome. Do you ever create your own sounds to the shamanic sounds that you're hearing?
No,
That your own throat, your own sound? It's really
no, I.
phenomenal when you can create your own sound because then it shifts the vibration also inside you to a whole new level too.
Mhm.
And it's a way to be creative without having to think because you just go from how you feel into the sound that you create.
hmm I could see that. That would be a good tip. I find that
Yeah,
after a couple minutes, whatever I have on, everything is just like blocked out and it's just me with myself.
perfect. Perfect. That is so important to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it helps when you don't fall asleep too. There's been a
Right?
couple
So,
times I've fallen asleep and woken up because my alarm's like, time's up.
right? I actually did not sleep well last night. I felt a bit of pain since I've been painting for a week straight. And so I woke up at 1 o'clock and I woke up at 2 o'clock and I'm just like, oh yeah. And so what I decided to do, because I'm like, well, I'm only going to get so many hours sleep now, I decided just to direct my subconscious to my own personal sleeping chambers when I go to sleep at night. So therefore I can have a
Mhm.
healing with my guides. Even if it's a short period of time, it's still going to be a restful period of time. So that's something
Nice.
else you can do at night to help boost yourself for the daytime.
hmm I can see that
And
helping a
you can give
lot.
yourself this, like if you're trying to create something for your business, something really fun, you can give that task to your higher self and your subconscious when you go to sleep at night and just ask them to have the feeling to be ready for you when you wake up in the morning and you'll have that inspiration of, this is what I feel we're going to do. Rather than like, this is what I think, this is what I feel, this is what makes my heart go, meow, and that's what I want to
hmm
do. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that would help and go a long way. I
right?
just go here, team, you deal with it. I'll work on the relationships, you do all the creative stuff.
But
But
your
I know
higher
like
self and you were creative.
What's that?
But your higher self and you're so creative, and you might even want to allow yourself to access more of your creativity in different ways.
My main focus with that is usually just writing. That's always been like my release or my go-to or my everything is just write. I can write some pretty awesome stuff, but that's what that's about
Nice.
it.
You might
And
want to
then
just,
like
try singing fun while you're
try
writing.
what?
You
Try
could do
what
some
what?
singing and writing. Imagine if you were
Yeah, I
making
make
like a
my own
tone
ears
like
bleed. Just don't go there. I used to I got Sean, I know you're in here. Um you're gonna be getting this too, the transcendental. Oh, we lost Carrie. Yeah, routine, my first couple hours in my morning. I will listen to something motivational. I will also, what I'll also end up doing, oh, here we go. Should be coming back.
Go. What happened to you? There you
Oh,
are. Huh.
you disappeared there for a second. So I was
I
saying,
know. Like, shut off.
I was telling Rail because he said to read something that usually like my morning routine is like I have like a 3 hour morning routine, and like the first like 15 minutes I'm awake, it's putting something positive or motivational or something like that into my mind, right? Just
Hmm.
get something to get me focused. But as soon as
Hmm.
my feet hit the floor, it's like go time. So I'm working out, I'm having my green smoothie. That definitely helps with the creativity and stuff like that too. And then I'm meditating, and then whatever revelations or whatever my voice, my higher self, whatever I hear in my meditation, I'll write it down in my journal afterwards as kind of like a bit of a memoir. And then daily deposits into people's lives. So I'll take 15 minutes and I'll reach out to a few people and I'll leave like some sort of a positive and encouraging message, just to help them, give them a little bit of a boost, pep in their steps, say, hey, I'm thinking of you today. And then from there, I start reading for like 10, 15 minutes with the intention of extracting some sort of a revelation out of it, something that I can turn and curate into a long form post and make some sort of a declaration to my network and the people following me and stuff like that. And then,
Hmm.
uh, and then I do what's called a stack, which is basically just taking an emotional crap. It's like this 5-page thing that I go through, and it's like I pick a situation that either I'm happy about, that's been bugging me, whatever the case may be, and I go through and I look at the current frame that I'm viewing it through, and then I shift and look at it from all four angles and just reframe it and move it in a direction that's more fitting into what I need it to do.
I have a suggestion.
Hmm.
When you're doing the reframing and the experience, if it's good or bad, do you go down to the core first memory of where that feeling instigated in the first place?
It goes pretty deep.
And then do you go to your cellular body and clear out the energy frequency that's holding the pattern there for you?
No, because it usually breaks the patterns right away. At
Right, but you're
the
that in that plane, but you still have a physical body cellular plane that is just as vital as the other plane.
Yeah, that at the end of it, at the end of it, there's like a little revelation portion, that kind of stuff. Like we have to relate it to body, being, balance, and business, like go through all the core areas of life, extract
Nice.
revelations all across. And then there's an action section. So you got to figure out what you can do over the next 48 hours
Right.
repetitiously to break those patterns and break those
Right.
cycles or remove those people from your life, whatever the case may be.
Totally understood. But my question is, the cellular body still requires a light frequency transfer to heal it in the cellular body of the physical.
That's beyond me.
So also what I'm saying is if you feel into your body where you had that experience from, give that feeling a color and fill it all up. Imagine there being like soap bubbles and all these bubbles are getting full of this light and it's all this one feeling of frequency, okay? And then on your next breath, push it out of you 4 inches. So therefore, you're removing it out of the physical cellular body. You're connecting those together, making a big trine together, right? And so you can push it out and then look inside and see, are there any gifts in here? How long have you been holding on to this energy? There could be a special gift that you might want it. It could happen. So take a look, see if there's
Maybe.
anything in there. And if there's not, recycle it with love back into the universe. And then imagine the most amazing experience that you would love to have in there instead, and what that would feel like, and give it another color, and then insert it. And so, therefore, you're
Mm-hmm.
changing the program of the cellular body
Mm-hmm. That's a good
because you're
idea,
already
yeah.
doing work. Why not do that action? I mean,
Yeah, like
why manifest that back into your life right after you release it in all your other areas? Awesome, but you got to release them in all the areas. If not, you're going to still bring an aspect of that back into your life unconsciously.
yeah, that's a pain. We've been talking about
Yeah.
that kind of stuff a lot lately in my groups.
So how to help with that? That's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is go up to the soul chakra where your higher self and you can hang out and bring up the contract and the person that was involved and see if you guys have gifts of forgiveness for each other that might come in some kind of a jewel of some kind. And then close the contract and see, do you want to create a new one? Or is this contract done? Or do you want to keep bringing in more people of this vibration of contract because it's not closed yet?
Hmm.
Unconscious. So that's another thing
Yeah,
you might want to do because you're doing other good, amazing work. So these are just a couple extra things you could do to really solidify what you're trying to do.
absolutely, for sure. And the one thing that I've been slacking on is my buddy actually is a certified trainer for like transcendental meditation, and he gave me his
Yeah.
course, and I made it. I still haven't logged in and started going through it. I gotta get on that.
You know what? It's that next piece of the puzzle. I find that the universe, gives me stage two. And then when I fully have completely comprehended stage two, stage three comes in. And then when I've comprehended stage three, stage four comes in. So this could be your stage four and adding that element into it because you've done so well doing all the other pieces
Absolutely,
and
yeah. It's
accessing that emotional body,
unless you have a strong foundation with the basics, you're not. It doesn't matter what you're doing, you're not going to get anywhere. It's like building a house. You try and build a house on a cinder block, you're not going to have much of a house after long. But if you want to leave a cup of coffee on that cinder block, you're going to be fine. You got to get that foundation solid. Oh, I think we lost you again. She is full of bubbles. Oh, are you back? I don't know if that's you or if that's me. Oh, it says I have full bars. Are you back? Nope. You're like cutting in and out like crazy. I heard one syllable. Right? They're malfunctioning. It's definitely good stuff to be conscious of. And it's definitely good to be aware. Like so many, right? So many people try and rush things. Like it's especially with everything being so accessible at our fingertips these days. Everybody wants everything now. Everybody wants everything immediately. But unless you have that foundation and a good handle on the basics, it's not really going to get you anywhere.
Yay, there we are, we're back. That was confusing.
Yeah, you were like giving us one syllable at a time.
The computers can't handle her misspell. Tell me about it. I have had computer issues my whole life. Technology, electricity, Kerrilynn, always a mess.
You'll get the hang of it
I
one
mean,
day.
computers will break on me in 3 months. Like my poi, the only time I order poi, one breaks within 3 months. I ordered another set of poi, one broke in 3 months. Like, yep, it's the vibration.
Oh, wait. That's funny.
Yeah, Yeah, but if you work on those aspects and add them into your into what you're already doing in your practice, I mean, that would just excel you so, oh my goodness, to a whole new level of consciousness and a whole new dimension as well.
Absolutely. I was saying when you cut out there that you got to have a strong foundation and you got to get like super good at the basics. Like if you're trying to build a
Hmm.
house and you're trying to put it on a cinder block, you're not going to have a house for very long. But if you want to use the
No.
cinder block to hold a cup of coffee, by all means, go ahead. Whatever you're building is only as good as the foundation. And if you're trying to push stuff and rush results and get ahead, which it's human nature, we all do it, you're creating like flaws and cracks and stuff along the way that
Hmm.
eventually the foundation is going to crumble and you're going to have to go back. So might as well just get it, like
Right.
work on it, get it good before you move on to that next step.
Exactly. And that's why working with your cellular body, it's so important because those can make the cracks in the foundation because they're the
Hmm.
energetic vessel for you to literally be here. So
Hmm.
it's vital that we take care of the cellular body because when you access your innate body and you access that physical body consciousness and then bring it together within the etherics and then pull your emotional body into it, well, now you have something that you can use as a tool to flow through life any way you wish because you're
Hmm.
connected to all of it, not fragmented anymore.
Yeah, and it's a lot better than being pulled.
Yeah. And then that way you get to guide it as a team player with the universe versus being, reactive of what keeps happening.
Yeah, that's not fun for
Yeah.
anybody.
No. Who wants to do that? That doesn't sound like fun at all.
Whether we think we're in control or not, we create everything that's around us. So,
Right? And wherever your emotional goes, your energy flows and creates itself. So really important to clean out the cellular, especially if you have emotional attachments to that feeling of frequency.
hmm
Hmm.
yeah. I'm kind of blessed. I spent all my life not caring for attachments. Who I was
Okay.
talking to somebody. I was talking to somebody the other day. I can't remember, and they pointed out they're like, "You're not attached to anything. Like you have no attachments." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'm attached to myself."
Right? That's an important attachment. You're probably attached to the consciousness of love within the humanitarian race of the world. You're
Oh
probably
yeah,
part
there's
of the
lots
human,
that I'm like,
lots of love
there's
there for
lots that I'm
attachment.
like, yeah, exactly. There are attachments and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but not
Maybe just
everybody
not
sees them.
material things, or
Yeah,
people's. Because it's good not to be
yeah,
attached to poor people's. They got enough going on.
yeah. Well, sometimes you get attached to people. It is what it is. Like I've
Hmm.
got my coaches and my mentors and stuff that I work with. I'm attached to them. Like they're good
Right? So then
people.
you do
Like,
have attachments, just
but
not the typical ones.
I was talking about wanting to leave Calgary. They're like, you have no attachments here. Why not? I'm like, and if I
Mm-hmm.
move too far, I'm just selling everything and I will rebuild when I get wherever it is that I decide I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Well,
not
that'll be good. So are you thinking of leaving then?
thinking of it yet.
Yeah. Well, I wonder where you're gonna go. Ah.
I don't know. I don't know. Florida's tempting. Texas is tempting. Cali is tempting, but I don't want to deal with the taxes.
Hmm.
Toronto, maybe. I was thinking about BC, but they just get lit up all the time out there every summer. Like it's a they're just in a state of emergency from all the fires, so I don't really want to deal with that.
Mm,
We'll see. We'll see where I go. It'll come clear eventually.
right. Well, it just all depends on what stage you're in, and the next stage will show itself to you, and then you're like, oh, well, that's where I'm supposed to go. That'll just show up right in front of me, and it'll be so easy for you to get there and so set up for what it is that you need. You'll be like, oh, well, okay, universe, let's go.
Yeah, pretty much. Things
Yeah,
just have a habit of like coming to me and going like, "Hey, I'm here." I'm like, "Oh,
right?
hi."
And that's also a sign that you're doing your great foundational work. And that
Hmm.
is a huge reflective of the work that you're doing for to be able to
Hmm.
have those experiences. experiences, because if you're having the experience of why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep, I work so hard and I get pushed down, or I take two steps forward and take one step back. That's how you can really tell, are you in your flow? Are you in your true consciousness? Or are there parts that still need to be kind of worked out for you to bring yourself into alignment so you can have that flow?
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
another thing that I got taught recently, which was like kind of huge, I never made the correlation, but your business like is directly correlated with the rest of your life. So I especially
Absolutely.
like if you're married or whatever, if you're at whatever state of repair or disrepair your business is in, chances
Mhm.
are that's a reflection of whatever the heck is going on in your life. It's
Absolutely. 'Cause
like
external is a
mimics
reflection of
or
the internal.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
crazy stuff.
The other day who was going through an experience that wasn't so awesome. And he was starting to really clean out his home and organize things and put things in order and really just clear out everything that wasn't serving him. And then we were talking about going on the inside, and he goes, well, how do I know when I'm going to go on my internal? And I'm like, well, you're already started the external. So there's a good chance that that's going to filter into your internal, and your internal is going to have the same desire as your external has right
Mhm.
now to clear things out, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If I
Mm,
have like if my environment is cluttered, I chances are I'm cluttered inside somewhere. And then I gotta go and punch
exactly.
something in the face.
I go into my states where when I'm really busy and really creative, I have mess. I have chaos. It's gonna happen. And then about 2 days later, I'm like, okay, I gotta clean this up so I can create a new mess.
Yeah,
It's, my
yeah.
mind works when everything's everywhere.
It's
Sometimes
it's the
better than
way
when
of the
everything's
artist.
right.
Yeah, it's interesting how everything just correlates together. I don't know what
Right.
TG means, but you got a WTG. Oh, way to go.
I'm not a way to go, right?
These live things are fun. I find
Yeah.
my creativity comes out in writing, and I've been noticing video. I've been loving doing like
Yeah.
live streams, whether I have somebody or whether I'm just doing it on my own and just getting in front of the camera and like, hey, what's up? Like I just find like stuff just comes
Right.
out. Like, oh, wonderful.
Right. I've been just doing a few videos predominantly of my paintings. So this is my first live face-to-face anything, I think. So it's pretty fun. I like it.
Your people clearly want to see you come back. They're all like they're more chatty than mine.
I love my people. They're so awesome. I mean, Patricia's so special to me. I hold her heart very, very carefully. I'm full of love.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's our half hour. I'm getting hungry.
Holy cow, that flew by in seconds.
What's that?
That flew by in seconds.
I think you cut out again.
Oh, it went so quickly.
Oh, I know. Yeah. They do go by fast, like ridiculously fast. There was my
Yeah.
Tuesday
Well, this
one, we
was so
ended
much fun.
up like, what's that?
I was just saying, I really appreciate you inviting me to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to do another one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get more of a routine and like I just want it conversational, right? Because chances
Right.
are there's somebody out there somewhere on our profiles or in a group somewhere that's going to see it and be like, I needed that.
Right. And that's some info I really needed to hear today. I've been asking spirits and I needed to know where it came from. And oh, here it is on a little thingy thing. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's a cool feeling when you do a video or something and then you share it into a group or somewhere and you just get like a random message saying, "Hey, I needed to hear that. You're awesome. Live epic, be epic.
Nice.
We're on our way."
Nice. Oh, I love it. Oh, that makes my heart go meow, 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 meow.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I'm like, "Sweet. Let me know if you need like give me ideas, give me more stuff that you want to see. I'll keep putting more out."
Right? How do we create more growth within our own being?
Exactly. Sometimes it doesn't hurt
Yeah.
to ask people to be like, sometimes it doesn't hurt to ask people, be like, hey, what do you want to see? Sometimes they
What do you want
challenge
to
you and
know?
give you some, yeah, sometimes they challenge you and give you something that you need to do some research on and figure out how to work it
Right?
into whatever it is you're doing.
Right? And then you get to put that creativeness on and you get to make some sounds and put some didgeridoo on to get on your pencil crayons and do some coloring for like half an hour with no thought of anything and then get back to it. And all of a sudden, all these ideas come in from the consciousness.
Yeah, I filled notebooks like that. That's awesome. Yeah, these
Well,
live
this
videos
is
are cool.
fun.
This what? Oh,
This was so much fun.
that was got really bright. That is fun. We'll have to hop on another and do another one here over the
For
next
sure.
bit. Maybe when things slow down a little bit. I know I'm off to Dallas again in October, and then I'm off to San Diego in December.
Well, I'm in
And then,
Vancouver in October, so yeah, I get you.
yeah, it never ends, but that's a good thing.
You know what? It's been fun, I can tell you that. It's been quite the ride and loving it.
Oh, absolutely. You got to keep stuff interesting, right? Being able to
Right?
travel and do stuff definitely helps a lot too.
I totally agree.
Didn't do anything. I tried to make myself look like a nun. There's this thing here that says nun. I wanted to see
Oh,
what it
yeah.
looked like.
You look like a leprechaun.
I have way too much fun with these stuff. There's
You're
oh,
funny.
it doesn't have my favorite one on here. My favorite one looks like the there's like oh, that one I gotta switch around. There's one that looks like you're trying to make a recording, but there's like electromagnetic waves or something that are messing up the camera, so it's going all like wonky and wavy like an old VHS tape or something. Those are cool.
With the static.
Yeah.
Bzzz. Nice.
Play with
So
these
now you
things
look
all
like you're
day.
going to Harry Potter.
Go.
But I should run though. I have a flight in about an hour, so I gotta prep for it.
Sweet, absolutely, yeah. Let's get her done. It was good chatting, good catching
Yeah,
up, and we'll have to do this again sometime here.
absolutely. It was absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I will
Enjoy the
talk.
rest of your day.
Okay, bye guys. It was fun chatting.